Let's talk about Kansas City, shall we? Mm-hmm. For a brief bit here?
Sure.
So, it all boils down to this. Do you think the Chiefs' inability to send a wide receiver into formation, not named Rashee Rice, and trust that receiver, and have that receiver take the football and cradle it like it's the most important thing, and not put it on the ground or not have it roll around their hands and pop up in the air down their back into the hands of the opposition? Do you think that the Chiefs' issue on that front is going to prevent them from winning a Super Bowl? That's it. This is what it boils down to. Because you're not worried about the quarterback. You're not worried about the defense. You're not worried about the coach. You're not worried about the kicker. Not worried about that.
Missed one yesterday.
Harrison Butker's still better than most.
True.
Not worried about it. You're not worried about the run game. Isaiah Pacheco's apparently coming back. McKinnon's now in for the third down magic. He even flipped one to Rashee Rice. Okay.
I don't know why.
So, I don't know. They're getting back into their sort of inside 5-yard line bag of tricks shenanigans.
I had them both sitting on my bench.
They didn't
yesterday.
have to do that to win the game.
I don't know. But maybe it's the sort of spark that you're needing in the same way that you're throwing the ball to Kadarius Toney up 3 scores to get him going. That's the question.
Yes.
And the answer, I'm telling you, is going to be this. He is going to be out there over and over and over again. They are not benching him. It ain't happening. I'm hearing it. I'm seeing it on topic bars, on bottom lines,
if he screws up,
in
then
split screens.
You have only yourself to blame.
Good enough. Let's see if in the middle of January, late January, early February, or middle of February, we're going to be talking about it.
If he drops a pass in the AFC Championship game.
If this was what's more likely,
come on.
I hear you. What's more likely? What's more likely? That Toney will turn it around, get rid of these problems, and prove to be a timely weapon in a do-or-die game, or he's going to cost it. Right now, you're going to choose it's going to cost it because that's been the track record. Although there was a moment in the Super Bowl where they did flip it to him. He caught it. He scored. So let's just all put a pin in this one because we don't have the answer to it. And the only answer you're going to get from the Chiefs is we love him, and we'll see if he does it again. We're now going to see Mahomes being upset on the sideline like it's a side judge calling his team for an offensive offsides. Because now you're seeing the frustration, openly frustrated, after he hits Toney directly in the hands, and it winds up behind his receiver because he didn't catch it, and it got popped up in the air and rolled down his back, and now the Patriots have it. He's picked off in New England when he doesn't deserve to be. And I know we keep showing shots of Taylor Swift. By the way, her work in blue is dynamite. I love it.
Potty mouth.
Dude, I love it. She's from Pennsylvania, man. Isn't she from Philly, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That's what happens when you're going to mess with karma on the Chiefs.
So because you're from Pennsylvania, you curse a lot? Is that
Exactly, yeah.
what I mean?
You know what I mean? So
I've yet to curse.
I'm wondering if we're going to see Brittany Mahomes pull a full-on Giselle. Can't throw it and can't catch it at the same time because that's what we're talking about. It's the same thing, isn't it? Isn't it? My husband can't throw it and catch it.
Welker did cost us a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Well, if he was Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, he could throw it and catch it.
Karma was not a boy on the Patriots
Nope.
that day.
Hit him right in the hands.
But here you go. Andy Reid had this to say about Toney, and I'm telling you, Toney, I'm telling you, this is the answer you're going to get.
Obvious is that he's got to make sure he catches the ball and does that. He's got a tremendous amount of talent. So he's a good kid, good attitude, good kid. So, but you got to make those plays. He knows it as well as anybody. So I'll leave it at that. That's
exactly what you're going to. I'm telling you, this is the answer you're going to get. Anybody who's like, they got to bench him, they cannot put him out there, he's a total, complete liability, Mahomes is not going to throw to him or shouldn't throw to him, he's ruining everything.
All of that is valid.
It's not going to lead to anything but more Toney opportunities, because that's the only way he's going to turn it around and get some sort of momentum going, because they need him. Who's the next man up? And every Giant fan's like, hey, we gave him to you for nothing for a reason after we used a first-round draft choice on him. I get it. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. It's all on him. It's kind of crazy because it's not all on him. It's a team game. But will his inability to be trustworthy to grab the ball and catch it, not turn it over to the other team, or stay on sides when you're making the play you need to make to take the lead in a game that you need to win? Certainly if the Bills wind up hosting a championship game against the Chiefs because they have the tiebreak over Kansas City, and you could sit here and say it's because Toney didn't line up on sides. Everybody's wondering, and if they lose that game, you know who they're going to blame? Even if Toney has 15 catches in the game? Toney, because the game wasn't in Arrowhead.
Yeah, he's cost him 2 wins.
I get it. That's the question about the Chiefs season that lingers to this day, and maybe will all the way, even if he catches every pass between now and whatever do-or-die game that the Chiefs play, he does it once in that game. Told you so. But the Chiefs are not going to sit him because of it.
Stubborn, that's why.
I hear you. I get it. But Stubborn has put a couple trophies in the case since he's come to Kansas City, hasn't he? I'm telling you, this is the way it's going to go. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.